Thanks for being here.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
What's been going on?
Oh, just released a record,
What's it called?
Lost in the Desert.
Wonderful.
Yes.
When did it come out?
In August.
Okay.
August something. 19th. Yeah.
You play at Dan's
Rubber Gloves.
Rubber Gloves?
Actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We did a release show.
How'd it go?
It was good. It was weird. We did like some strange food ceremonies throughout.
That's cool.
Yeah, there was like a focaccia moment and some fruit stuff.
In the middle of the show?
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like what prompted that?
Well, okay, so one of the ceremonies was after. There's a lot of themes of like cults and what you do to be a part of whatever groups, and one of the songs is like, I don't want to join your cult. And so we did this whole thing right before it that was like, don't join a cult, and then like, kind of brief people on it, and then we're like, but first take part in the ceremonial bread. And it was,
Right. Yeah.
it's just silliness.
We're the non-cult
tomfoolery.
cult.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other one, there was just another song called Rare Fruit, and so we made people eat fruit. Yeah,
It's cool.
it's great.
Is that you like doing little things like that in performance to kind of break it up?
Yeah, I do. Like I in solo shows, I'll do this thing that I call a like choose your own adventure set, where I'll ask people questions throughout, and that will like determine which songs I play.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll be like, do you want to go to space or the desert? And there's just like choices throughout. Yeah, I like to mix it up,
That's cool.
get weird. Yeah,
Does that make it more fun for you? Or do you think it makes it like more engaging for the audience?
I think both. Like I enjoy it, and then I think it gives them something to do. Yeah, and also like it's fun making my friends do strange things. Like they were all just like wearing these robes and handing out focaccia. Like there's something to the novelty, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I love it. There's something that's so like rote in performing that's like, I'm going to be up here and I'm going to do a certain thing, and then you are going to sit there and you are going to do a certain thing, like certain behaviors.
Yeah, totally.
And do you want to like break that up a little bit and be like,
No,
this can be
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it does feel a little silly. Yeah, just like breaking the fourth wall a bit and being like, this is a show. And I don't know. Yeah, like just something to mix it up is fun.
Have you seen Hamill on trial?
Uh-uh.
No. He did one of the coolest things I've ever seen at Dan's, which was, it was a nice crowd. People, obviously, everyone wanted to be there. It was cool, nice gathering of people. I want to feel like, I know it was on a weeknight or a Sunday night or something, because I had to work the next day. I was still doing
stuff.
Yeah. And, but he came out on stage and he put his guitar on, and it was like, and I assume he'd done this before because he's like a veteran performer. Sure. But he was like, you ever go to like a big show and the person walks out and the whole crowd just goes nuts? He's like, let's do that. Because we would just start on such a high.
Yeah.
And everything up till then was so casual, and everyone was like, okay, we're going to, this guy's going to come out and impress us. Do what you do.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I mean, really, like, go for it. I want to hear it. Like, everybody, I want to ask you to do this the rest of the time. We're going to do this for encore, whatever, And so it's like, I'll be right back. And comes back, the whole place goes nuts. And he like, acts surprised.
I love that.
And really played it up. And he's just a great performer anyway. I think he had a cool thing of like, he would also, if people were talking, he would make eye contact with them and then hold on whatever chord he was on until they like looked at him and stopped talking, and then he would go back to what he was doing.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of a like, there's a part of that that's like, okay, you're an asshole or whatever, but there's also a like, hey, let's remember why we're here.
Yeah. For the music. Yeah.
Like,
no, I love that.
I get it. You're at a table with your friend. You might be talking about how badly this sucks and how badly you want to go, but as long as you're here, let's keep the attention here.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love that. I love that sort of, I don't know, just those people need to be told sometimes, like truly.
Who inspires like those things in your performance, or is there somebody who you like look to go like, that's amazing. I want to do stuff like that.
I mean, I can't think of a live performer. I mean, I'm sure that there are, but I love comedians, and I think like the way that they interact with the audience and aren't afraid to sort of take control of how, just the tone of everything. I don't know. It's something about that. I also just like, I think I'm just trying new things because I've been doing it for a while to where I'm like, this is boring. Let's just like do something different. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there are people. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but yeah.
I always thought like seeing Flaming Lips in like, I saw them a lot in the early 2000s or something. And there was always something to their thing that was like a little bit of a spectacle. And I know that's like, I guess kind of what they're what you become known for. And there might be people who would just go see their music who don't care anything about the music itself, but are just like, oh, it's just a really great show. And,
yeah.
Which, I always like the way it augmented the music and the way it sort of, the audience is part of the show, whether they want to be or whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
But for someone to actually address it and go, no, this whole thing kind of depends on you being into it, was really cool and made it, I know it heightened some of those things.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, it seems kind of odd to ignore, half of it's like the band is one portion and then there's like everyone witnessing it. And yeah, it does kind of bother me when I go to a show and there's just no acknowledgement or connection or like interaction. Yeah, feels like a missed opportunity.
If you mentioned you've been doing this for a long time, is there a little bit of a trap of like, I write these songs, we record them, I do some release shows, I might hit the road, and then I've got to do it again?
Perhaps if there is that trap, it was like 7 years between our last release and this one, so okay. I think there was some time to reset that in a way. Yeah, I feel like at this stage of doing the things I'm doing, I just want to like make a body of work, and it's less about XYZ in terms of like outcomes and feeling like I have to do anything. It's like, no, like I just want to make art and share it, but it's pretty simple. Like I don't necessarily feel too like tied into like, oh, I gotta do all this stuff. It's like I feel like ever since the pandemic it's been very choose your own adventure in general in the worlds, and that's how I feel about it.
Might be choose your own reality.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, dangerously so. Yeah.
Are you gonna hit the road? Yeah,
we're gonna about to start booking us a tour in spring. And we did a little tour this summer as well. Yeah, just kind of dipping our feet back into it because it was something we did a lot before 2020, and not really since, until this year. So yeah.
Do you have spots like that are gonna be good, or that you've got some people?
Yeah. We're gonna play that place in Baltimore whose name escapes me. I know you probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And just gonna do the East Coast, and I often will plan tours around like honestly just like friends and family I want to see, and like so it's kind of like half like reunion between all the people we know as a band, and then like half just like performances.
You like the road?
I do. I love the road. I will say it's an adjustment to travel with people. I've done a lot of like solo van trips in the last few years, and those were like the solace and the peace of that is it's very different than being with a lot of people and traveling, and then also being the person that's like, tour managing, driving the van.
It's your van.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've done those things, you kind of like, what are you doing in my home?
No, exactly. That's how it feels sometimes, where I have to remind myself, I'm like, you asked them to be here, and they're your friends. Yeah. It's tough. Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned you have been at it a while. How long? Where'd all this start?
I started playing guitar when I was 11 and singing forever, and performing when I was about 12, 13. Yeah, so it's been quite some time. I just would do like solo gigs at coffee shops back then. My mom, I think, asked the first place that let me play to like let me play, and she actually negotiated out of getting me paid for that gig. Yeah, she was like, she doesn't need money. She's 12. I was like, Mom.
Nice of her, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she just wanted me to get out there. But yeah, it's that was how it started.
Are you born and raised in Denton?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, born in Grapevine, technically.
Okay.
But yeah. I've been here since I was 5. So
Grew up in Denton.
yeah.
Do you love it?
I do. I love it. There's things I don't love about it, but I love it by and large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm from the Metroplex, but I very much chose to come to Denton.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
yeah.
it-
Of the Metroplex, it's the best, I think.
Yeah. I guess I was wondering, like, do you have a sense of like Denton pride about like growing up there? Because I think when you travel out,
Mm-hmm.
when you tell people you're from Denton, it's different. I think people will be like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah. No, I definitely have a sense of pride. I think the creativity here and just like the people and the culture are like what I'm the most proud of. Yeah, because I feel like as you said, it's like there are a lot of people that know about it who, it's a small college town. It doesn't seem like it should be that well known. But I also think there's a ton of people that like start there and then end up living everywhere. So
Yeah, it travels well.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think of it like it's like this train terminal and like it's just kind of like people touch down and then they like go out. Yeah, it's crazy how many people we see out on the road who used to live there.
Mm-hmm. And I know people travel away from it, move back,
Yeah.
and I'm always very welcoming to that and be like, yeah, it's
It's always here.
still here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you won't move back and not recognize it or not know anybody. There's always going to be some remnant of the way you knew it here, no matter how much it may change or how many people may grow up or move away or whatever.
Yeah, very much so.
What was the coffee shop your mom got you booked at?
It was on Common Grounds. Do you remember that place?
Yeah, but we're
There was one on Fry Street, and then there was one off like Lilly and Miller, I want to say.
okay.
But yeah, no, it was just like just a little coffee shop.
Which one was it? Did you play the Fry Street one?
I ended up playing both. I ended up getting like I started at the one that was closer to my parents' house on like the south side of town, and then eventually it was just like a standing gig every Friday where I would just like play and all my friends would come because we're like, we're kids. We don't have cars, nothing to do. They would just like come and get like, am I allowed to curse?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. They would just come and get like fucked up on Frappuccinos. And yeah, that was kind of
Sugar and caffeine.
Yeah, it was like our Friday night. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you immediately start writing?
No. I mean, I tried, but it's, yeah. The short answer is like no, but I did write songs. They were just like horrible. Because I was 12. Like, yeah. So, and I didn't have a lot to say. So, mostly covers for those first few years, and eventually it was like decent enough to play originals.
Your parents into good music?
Yeah, they are. My dad plays guitar and taught me a little bit. And yeah, he would always play me and my sister songs growing up. Like when we were going to bed at night, he'd play like Beatles, and he really liked like Bob Marley and Bob Dylan and I guess all the Bobs. Yeah.
What did you gravitate to when you're like to cover those first things?
Yeah, I remember doing some like REM. I think I was really into like Green Day at the time, so I did a little bit of that kind of stuff. It was like all over the place. It was a mix of like my parents' favorite bands. I did some Squeeze songs. Strangely hard to play on guitar. And yeah, just like whatever was cool at the moment to a 11-year-old. Michelle Branch was like the first song I ever learned. Yeah.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is you still like when did you get to a point of like writing where you're like, okay, this actually is starting to, I feel comfortable with this and I want to like move in this direction?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would say probably when I was like 18 or so, I started to like not hate my own songs, enough to perform them.
Your friends, you mentioned like this sort of scene were they always just supportive of whatever you were doing or?
Yeah, they really were. Like, yeah, I think back and it's like, going to watch like me and my dad and my guitar teacher play Hotel California on a Friday night, every Friday night. It's like probably not like the coolest thing to do when you're that young, but they were always really like supportive.
It sounds like something to do though.
It was something to do. Yeah.
And Does always all come back to the guitar for you?
I would say it's more of the voice. Like to me, guitar was always just this way, like this vehicle to be like, I can write songs. I love to sing and I like guitar fine, but I'm not like, I don't feel the same connection to it that I do to singing.
Okay. Do you write on the piano or do you?
No, just guitar. I
Yeah.
basically only know the guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had like a pretty consistent band now for 10 years?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're great. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you working on stuff, taking it to them? Do you kind of write on your own and then bring it to them?
Typically, yes. Yeah. And I mean, I write, like the song and the words and everything, and then they can do whatever they want with their parts for the most part. That's how we do things.
Always?
Yeah. I mean, there'll be times that I show them a song and I mean, I'll ask for feedback, always where I'm like, this is good. And if they have notes, it's like, yeah, we definitely we'll change the structure here and there. And yeah, I just really believe in working with people that you trust and that are going to be good at what they do. And you can let them, just shine and I kind of try to approach it that way. There's times where I'm like, no, that's not the right vibe, but I really try to just explain what the mood is and let them run with it.
Are you self-taught?
No,
okay. You mentioned a guitar teacher and your dad.
Yeah. I went to guitar lessons for a time, and then my dad, as well, taught me some stuff.
Vocal?
I did choir when I was in elementary school,
okay.
And that's the last time I've done anything like that. I think vocal's a lot more self-taught, but I learned some basics, in choir.
Is the because I've worked with both, which is trained and untrained, probably more experience with untrained musicians as far as putting things together. And is your direction yes, this is what I was hearing, or no, I wasn't? And if it's not what you were hearing, do you usually have an example or a touchstone, or is it just that's not it, try something else?
Oh no, I wouldn't do that to somebody. No, I try to either have an example of here's the song that here's the vibe, or at least I mean, sometimes my notes are a bit cryptic. I'm it needs to feel like we're walking through the forest, or whatever. But yeah, I'm not really a fan of I don't like it. I don't know why.
It sucks.
Yeah, I do graphic design for my day job, and I'm I can't take that. So
yeah,
I try to give helpful notes, but they aren't, I'm not super versed in theory or anything. So I'm not oh, go to the, I can't even think of a scale, but
right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not like that.
But I think, it's just sort of I've definitely been in that situation. Someone is this is it. I'm I'm hearing this, and they're okay, well, maybe, listen to this. I want this sort of thing or whatever.
Right. And I feel there's certain things where I have a very specific vision. For this album in particular, I did a graphic novella that accompanies it, and it's very much a companion piece. So I had some of the drawings finished as we were recording, and I'd be here's where we're at. This is it.
Cool.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Let's go there. And I do think it makes it a little easier to get on the same page in a way.
Yeah. We're in this landscape or something.
Yeah. This is the world.
That's really cool. I don't want to I think what are your influences question is very boring, but are there things that you find yourself going back to, or going artists where you're consistently feel you might be drawing from?
That's an interesting question. I feel it changes a lot, but yeah, there's definitely certain artists that I'll always love and that I am continually inspired by. I really love Linda Perhacs. She's a 70s. She does psych folk. It's really weird and out there. I really love what she does, both for what it is and for the way that she's willing to bend genre and just kind of follow the vibe, where it's I like music that is like varied in tone, and like albums where it's like, you know, there's no songs that are the same. And I like when people are willing to, just kind of like step outside of like this box of genre. So she's one that comes to mind. Angel Olsen. I mean, Bowie. I always love Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there are others. Iggy Pop. Yeah.
There's like like a little bit of a provocative tone in some of those anyway.
Yeah. T-Rex. I'm like, I'm thinking of the ones that I like will always love. Yeah.
And I see both in the like imagery of the record and the songs, there is a like a psychedelic thing going on, but not I don't know. There's something of like there's like psychedelic music that's like sort of like merry-go-round, you know, calliope music or something.
Totally.
And then there's like deep psychedelic, like I'm taking you on a journey or a trip, as it were. And like I hear it and see it is I mean, we all know music takes you to some place. Is there a part of you that's like, I'm escape. I want to escape. I want to go somewhere. Will you join me?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. I ask people that almost every show when we get started, where I'm just like, do you want to go there? We're going to we're doing it. Let's get in the bus.
You can still, and like you can still choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
I'm not the leader.
No, but like we're going somewhere. Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that's like one of the best things about music is that, just and not in like even like in an escapist way, but I think being able to be transported and to feel like you're all somewhere else together is really magical feeling.
Yeah.
Definitely drawn to that.
Is the like psychedelic experience, are you like drawn to sort of creating that or something that enhances that? Or
yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think music that's introspective, that gets you outside of the norm, or just sort of like, I don't know, like I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say here, but yes, the psychedelic experience is definitely in there.
Yeah, like I want to say for some reason I said for some read, but Lou Reed popped into my head.
Oh, I love Lou Reed.
It's like when you're listening to that, you can sort of tell that you can sort of hear his influences.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, so maybe on the surface, it's got this like great pop sensibility. And then with the words, there's like obviously some like real depth and darkness going on.
Yeah.
And then the way it's played is very, especially, you know, with starting with Velvet Underground, is like no one would ever start here. No one, you know, it's like, and all those things say something about the music, and you like, it's like, okay, I'm hearing these things, and there's a visual component as well, I think, but that like informs the listener, like, okay, we're doing something a little different here. This is not cut and dry, and we're very, at the time it came out, like, you may really like the Beatles or whatever, but this is something very coming from a very different place.
Yeah, no,
even though it might be informed by the same things.
Definitely, yeah. I think I'm very attracted to that kind of music, and I do try to make that kind of music. I feel kind of resistant to being like pinned down musically. Like I think when people are like, "Oh, you're this," I'm like, "No, I'm not." Even if it's like something I want to be,
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Are you into astrology?
A little bit.
Same. Like I'm not. I have a friend who's I'm not trying to. Yeah, I'm not trying to start a cult,
but I like it.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I'm an Aquarius, and apparently we're supposed to be rebellious and trying to break down the conventions and things like that. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe that's what's happening, but I like music that's a little bit like combative in a subtle way. Yeah.
And certainly being told you're supposed to do it this way or that way.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it can get you into trouble too. I think if you try too hard to just like, I don't know, like if you're always reacting and trying to not be controlled, in a sense, you are being controlled by that, like by that impulse to you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something we like before we were rolling, we talked about like just sort of laziness, but I think also everyone is. And when I not just the people we were talking about, but there's almost a, well, what is it? What do you do?
Yeah, no,
What
people
does
want
it
people
sound
want a
like?
shorthand where
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, like give me a word. And I think that's a natural like human impulse, but it's boring.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Like, yeah, I also just want to make people stop and think and have to, you know, pay attention, because I think attention is less and less something that people are able to expend. So, yeah.
So when you have the like book that goes along,
Mm-hmm.
and then the music and the
Yeah.
artwork is kind of all tied in, it feels a little more like here, hold on to this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Have this experience. Yeah.
Listen to this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to give people some things to do.
Yeah. You seem like you make these funny videos
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram.
I do.
And like you do. To me there's like a part of you that seems very much in your own head, like I think everyone is.
Oh yeah.
And you're pretty comfortable with being like, this is this weird thing I thought of today.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And that you have like those things. I don't know how long they take you. I assume it's your little fun thought of the day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or maybe something you ruminated on, the day before. And we're like, oh, I kind of have this idea. And like, what's the turnaround on those things?
They're like random and impulsive. Like it's like, it just like comes to me and like, I need the world to know this. And it's usually just some dumb shit,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's just like in the moment.
Where did that start? Is that a pandemic thing?
Oh, I mean, yeah, the videos, but trying to be funny, I feel like has been like a lifelong pursuit. I used to, when I was little, I wanted to be funny, but I didn't really know how. So I would just like crash my desk a lot in class. Like I would put my pencil a little bit on the edge and then act like I accidentally tipped it over and then reach for it. And like the whole desk would come like crashing down. And I would do this like kind of a lot, to where the teachers were like, you have to stop doing that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
But I just love attention. So
yeah. There's like a Andy Kaufman-esque thing there.
Yeah, I would do a lot of physical comedy. Like I would pretend to like run into poles and things, just like a lot of like, injuring myself just to like get a laugh.
Yeah.
So these are a new version of that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you tried, I mean, other than the like spectacle we were talking about, have you ever tried like staging anything at your shows?
I would like to. No, I haven't. I've thought about it. I've thought about incorporating more like comedy stuff. Or just, I don't know, yeah, like as you said, spectacle. I like the idea of it, but I haven't done it.
Yeah. Do you know Harlan? That hangs out at Dan's, Aaron Anderson?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like I used to have this band, and I don't know, we never really were like, Denton never really embraced us. This was like pre-RTB2.
Gotcha.
And so Ryan was in it too, but we did this show, and I guess maybe it was at the Porch at Harlan's thing that he used to do. It was like a weeknight hang, and it was people would do readings,
Sure.
and like it was one of those kind of things.
Oh yeah.
It was like a coffee house thing at Dan's, sort of,
Yeah, very different.
And we played, and I knew that he was going to propose to his girlfriend and now his wife, and so we had made some sort of thing where like in the middle of our set, he was just going to come up and talk and then surprise her. And the first part of our set went like it normally would, which was like people weren't leaving or anything. Everyone was just kind of there and hanging out. It was just like indifference.
Sure.
And then it was like from the moment that he did that, everyone was on our side.
Yeah.
And the second half of the show went so good. like instantly everyone was so engaged.
Pun intended.
So to speak.
Yeah.
And so it was, and I remember being like, oh, we should do that every show.
Yeah.
Like
no,
we need to, this is like, find a couple or just find some random people and be like, here's a ring.
Yeah.
And come up on
Genius.
stage and propose. And we should just make that a thing because it worked. It was so, like ripped it in half like a sheet. It was like, this is the first half, draw a line.
Mm-hmm.
This is the second half. And they were completely different.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I feel that very hard with like the spectacle type stuff where like there's something about it. I think yeah, people can kind of feel it when you're just going through the motions and you're just like, I am a band playing music. And yeah, when there's those moments that you're like, hey, let's like have this kind of like novel experience together. Yeah, just people respond well to that. I think.
I know I like a lot of performers who it does sort of feel like what they're going to do is, I don't know how to say this. People, even like jazz people or jam people, it's like they don't talk to the audience much. They
Mm-hmm.
just sort of get on stage and they start doing. So even though
Sure.
there's a lot of spontaneity in the music, it's like you basically know how the show's going to go. They're going to play. Maybe they're going to take a break. They're going to play again. It's going to like sort of continually get further out and weirder as it goes. And then there's going to be a call for an encore.
Right.
And on paper, it can seem very boring or like, oh, this is just the same thing over and over again.
Sure.
And the crowd, it's like, not only is the band performing to this script, but also the crowd is like, oh, we cheer, or we all like during this part of this song we all yell or something like that. And it's like it's manufactured in a way. And these are exactly the people who I would think would want to be a little bit more not combative, but
yeah, I know.
Like, do you know what I'm
though.
searching
yeah,
for?
no, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder why that is. Like, maybe it's this thing of like they put all their kind of weirdness and energy into like the performance itself, and then the in between they're kind of just like,
I got nothing
"All
for
right,
you. Yeah.
yeah, which is fine. Like as you said, it's like it still can be a great show, but yeah, I do appreciate it when there is like that effort put into like, yeah, what comes in between the songs, because I think there's a lot of like power there.
Oh yeah, that can be like scary from taking the reins point too, because anything you say can be taken different ways.
Yeah.
And can be,
No,
people,
definitely. And sometimes you think you have a read on the room and you're like very wrong. And that can be scary and weird and awkward. And yeah. It's a risk you got to take.
Yeah. Have you had, do you feel like you have like specific instances where
yeah,
you felt like it was going a certain way and then
I'm trying to remember.
We all know how those feel.
Yeah, I feel like there was one after they overturned Roe v. Wade that I said something about it and was pissed about it. And I could just tell that half the audience was like, not so pissed. And that was kind of a weird moment where I was like, do I just keep going into it or do I like just keep playing? And that was one I could think of. I mean, there's been several. I think it's a risk you have to like take though, especially with like the comedy stuff. It's like you're gonna bomb or it's like not gonna like hit or what have you.
Yeah. And no one will remember you for trying to please everybody.
No, and like you shouldn't, like, and you don't need to. And that was something too that I was like, I do feel strongly about this, and I don't feel bad saying something about it.
Right. Yeah, and that pisses you off.
Yeah.
Then maybe you're not in the right place.
Right. Yeah. No, exactly.
There's plenty of performers out there who feel the same way you do.
Exactly.
And you can go find them.
Yep. Yeah. Very much so.
Yeah. All right. That's cool. Like I like thinking about that, but I am acutely aware when I'm talking into a microphone that especially when, I don't know, you come back to like the psychedelic thing. You could just say something, it could spin someone off into some weird headspace, and I don't want to be responsible for that.
No, for sure. I mean, yeah, and it's probably like, I think it's probably bound to happen if you're saying anything, like, you know, somebody's going to take it the wrong way or misunderstand or just like disagree.
Yeah, so I mean, myself is going, yeah, just don't say anything then, you know, and that's obviously the wrong thing.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but I feel like as a culture we are very like people pleasy, and like we see, like disagreement as like a threat, which I mean that makes sense. Like we're tribal creatures who needed to feel like we fit in order to survive. Like being ostracized meant dying, so like it makes sense that we're scared of this shit. But it's also like, how is anything going to change if we all just like keep quiet? I don't know.
And I also think it's okay just to disagree.
Yeah, it is. It's good. It's healthy. It's all right.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
It's like, and I think it's actually really cool to be like, yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
And then everything be all right.
Yeah, just be like, there it is. Yeah. And like, maybe it spurs conversations, and who knows what comes from that. Like, it's a good thing.
Yeah. And people go like, man, chick Claire, she's out there. She has weird thoughts about abortion.
Yeah, she loves women's rights. Yeah. It's like, what's wrong with her? Yeah.
She's a weirdo.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and if you said that out loud to someone, that someone might go, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's fine. Yeah.
I feel like I've known you for like, or at least known who you are for a long time. And but I did have, you know, a certain thought of you from the beginning, and it like was more the coffee house vibe.
Yeah.
Has those people that you started with, are they still your fans? Are they still your friends?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, like some of them, I'm sure. Yeah, but I think there are like moments where like when you change, you do leave people behind, and that's okay. Like actually my second album, I remember my parents being like, we didn't like it. Like
damn.
Yeah. I mean, they're really, I don't want to paint the wrong picture. They're very nice and supportive. But it was one Christmas, and I was just like chatting about, I think PJ Harvey or somebody I love, and was just saying how cool it is that like in this world, it's like you can really find your audience, like even if it's a small amount of people of the whole population. Like now the internet, it's like you can find and my dad and I were kind of having this talk about, like, he was like, well, you need to be marketable, you need to, like, you're making a product, you need to make something people are going to like to consume. And then him and my mom were like, yeah, we didn't really like your last album. I was like, oh shit.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean,
no, I get it.
Yeah.
At least they're being honest. I like that.
I know. They're very good at that. And they're very, again, like they've always been like supportive of like whatever I do. I don't want to be like, you know, mom, dad. Like, it's not like that.
If you don't get it.
Yeah, no, they're great. But yeah, it was kind of a liberating moment, to be honest, to be like, oh, like I didn't please mommy and daddy, and like, look, the world is still here and everything's fine. And like, I think getting out of like that need to please everyone, or making art around, you know, what you think other people will like. I think it's a good thing to get out of, because often it's not, you know, the case. I don't think even if we consciously tried to like create the kind of art we thought people would like, I don't know that it would, you know, translate. I think people can feel it when art is inauthentic.
Right. Yeah. And there's like, back to presentation, is like everyone just assumes, I don't know. I want to say the first thing I saw you at was like a house show, maybe, and it was you playing solo. But I mean, I just think when you are kind of doing the folky thing with a guitar, people just automatically assume that's all you got or something. And you've done a really good job with the band of like, because now I know like Claire Morales means her with her band kind of thing.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
And like, have you messed with should you have like changed your name or rebranded with the band or anything like that?
I've definitely had that thought. I do think sometimes that like having it be my name keeps it in a certain space, you know, at least I think when people read a name, they just have a certain like idea of what that's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do wish I would have like had a band name from time to time. But on the other hand, it's like I like the idea of being this like multimedia artist where it's like it's all just, you know, connected. So that's nice. It's a tricky one.
You have to call it something.
You gotta call it something. I'm not great at naming things, so
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of good ideas at the time.
Yeah. Or maybe you would have. Yeah. Okay. If it had come to you.
Yeah. If it had, yeah.
But I like it too. It's like, this means my music, my art.
Yeah.
This is me. This is my projection.
Totally. Yeah.
And, you know, if you're the one kind of coming up with everything musically, it makes sense. I could do you have thoughts of complete, like, aside from that, breaking out and doing something different with a different group of people and calling it something or?
Yeah. I mean, I've thought about it. I feel like I'm waiting to get like pulled into something because this is very much me just like doing the pushing. Mm-hmm. So if somebody was like, hey, we're doing this thing, like, let's go, I might be more inclined. I'm kind of like, not to say that I wouldn't be down to like help, guide or steer or push something else, but I would love to, maybe have a project where it's more even in terms of like everyone's like, yeah.
You're not the sole writer or whatever.
Yeah.
The Halloween record that you and Daniel did, that's I guess the only time we got to really perform together.
Yeah, that was super fun.
Which we did a whole show, and maybe was there, I remember we went up to like meet, like at the end of his tour, we went to the Mercury.
Yes.
And like I guess we were gonna play with him. Did you end up performing with us there?
I don't know if I did.
I remember I was pushing for it.
I was there, but I don't know if I got to. Okay. I don't know if I got to play. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
But then it was like maybe right after that we did the Harvest House Halloween show. Mm-hmm. Is that record called Halloween in Hell?
Harmony in Hell.
Harmony in Hell. That's okay.
Yeah.
I knew I was getting one of the words wrong. I knew Hell.
Yeah, it's memorable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that like maybe one of your only? Have you collaborated that closely with anyone since or before?
I mean, I did this like series of covers with people, obviously a little different. And then there's been one-off stuff. Like I did Rock Lottery twice, and
how'd you get to do it twice?
They had an anniversary show.
I've only got to do it once.
It was really fun, but those were fun. And then they did the Elk River sessions was another thing like that.
What was your band in that?
Mountain.
Cool.
Yeah. I think I very much like, I don't know. I hopped in there and was like, we're doing weird stuff. They want us to do country. We're not doing that. Like again, like with the
yeah.
I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, it was really fun though. Everybody was so.
Who were you with?
Let's see, Stephanie, Corey Coleman, Eric, Tracy Batson, Scott. I'm like forgetting people.
Kind of sounds like a cool band.
Andy. Yeah, it was great. It was really fun. Everyone was so nice, and it was dangerous. They had just like kegs of beer everywhere. Every single practice space had like a giant keg of beer. It's like, this is
out in the woods.
Oh yeah, it was dangerous.
Yeah. Do you drink?
Not much.
Okay.
I'm not really much of a drinker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that a week-long thing?
It was like I want to say it was like a long weekend. Yeah, maybe like 4 days, something like that. I can't quite remember.
Do you feel like you thrive in that or like Rock Lottery, or if I'm like, be creative, you can just do it?
Yeah, I do. I like that sort of scenario.
I would just have to say you're not very creative and you would do it.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
If I challenged you in some way.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. I think that scenario is in itself a challenge where it's just like, can we do it? And it always feels like maybe you can't, but then, it happens.
Do you find yourself like, have you ever taken anything from those and incorporated into your thing?
I haven't. I've thought, I mean, and there's been times where I'm like, fuck, like I wish I wouldn't have given that song to that, or like even if it was just something I came up with in the moment where I'm like, and not that I like wrote whole songs for any of that stuff, like very collaborative, but no, I kind of feel like they belong there, and just got to keep writing stuff.
That's like okay, like in your weaker moments or so, it's like, oh, like, because you're a creative person, you can just write something new. Or I don't know, there's parts of me that like when someone does something and then it's obvious they, it's like, oh, I can feel free to use that in any way I want.
Yeah.
It's like a scrapbook or something. I can just cut a little piece out of
Totally.
it that's mine, and I can go in the direction I wanted to go with it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But you do like, there's maybe a piece of you that's like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Leave it there.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I think too, I'm a pretty like concept driven like artist. Like I often will just have like with the last album, it was very much like, this is the narrative. These are the themes. So I feel like I really have to write to like a specific, like, it's not like I can just pull things as much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's got to be a little bit more like, does it work with the narrative and the concept?
I wish more artists were like that. I think sometimes I do get into a thing of like, and I specifically when I'm working closely with someone, is like, this is just a random collection of songs.
Right.
And
I'm like, why are we listening to it then? Like,
yeah,
what is this?
Yeah. And that's why, in some cases, like the single model works way better for some people, because they're like, these things are not related at all, other
Honestly,
than they all came from me.
That's how I feel. It's like, if you're just gonna create things that aren't part of something bigger than like singles, why not?
Yeah. But I like the idea of, and even though you did say I like to kind of bounce all over the place, it is still good to put it in a frame and go, this is where we are.
Yep.
This is what we're working with.
Right.
And I
feel like all my stuff is tethered by like ideas and stories rather than by genre, where it's like the genre bends to support whatever part we're in of the story, where it's like, this is the part where we're really, big and dramatic, and then it's going to get sad and quiet later, and like, then it's going to be trippy, and then we're going to like have listening to the radio, and this is the radio song. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you have an idea for what's next?
I do. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're very confident. Like,
yeah,
I
like, do.
Do you have a couple ideas, or is it like, I know what I'm going to do?
Yeah, I think I know. It's like, I'm pretty sure. I'm kind of a little bit suspicious about talking about things that I haven't like, finished yet, but I do know what it's going to be called and like what the story is.
You don't want this interview to come back to haunt you and go, no, you said you were going to do this.
Right. Well, and also I've heard this thing before that like, if you say things out loud, like, this is what I'm going to do, your brain kind of already feels like it did it. Oh, yeah. And often it's like harder to, get it done. So, I don't know. And there's something too of like, it's like this secret relationship that you have with the art, and it's like, I don't always want to like bring other people in too soon to that. Like, I want it to just be like, I think there's a time for music and art to be like witnessed, and then there's a time for it to be incubating, and like, I get very protective of it in that time.
You don't want to spoil it.
No, and I also don't want to hear opinions, because like, as much as I'm all like, oh, I don't want to do what anyone said, I definitely value people's feedback, and it's hard not to listen to it if someone's like, I don't like that, or even just like, I love that. I'm like, well, maybe it needs to not be that way. And,
well, also, you haven't heard it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It could be, for all you know, it could be really poorly executed.
Yeah.
I could totally mess this up.
Right. Yeah. Or it could sound great, but it could not support this like bigger whatever story. I don't know. Like, yeah, it's a lot of variables.
Will there be spectacle?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There will be spectacle. Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Is there, when you take this on the road, or are you going to do try to do any of the like plans? I'm talking about the current record now.
Yeah, I'm going to try. Maybe not for every show, for like cost and just difficulty of actually producing it on the road reasons. But yeah, I'll try to do some of it.
Yeah. Those things can be tough, I know.
Yeah, getting exotic fruit in every city might be a difficult task.
Yeah.
And, we're not exactly making like millions of dollars. So
you're not?
No, I know.
It's tough.
I know. I'm going to come out as like not a millionaire on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I know you, I say don't make $1 million.
Now
You
I
just
gotta
go
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought about those same things. Like I'm in a project now where there's like supposed to be some sort of drum section of the show, and I hate it's not a drum solo because it's me or not. Yeah, it's not a solo because it's me and another drummer. It's a duo, as a matter of fact.
Cool.
But at the show, in particular, there was like a outdoor thing, and there was stuff going on outside. There was DJs, and there was dancing, and there was a drum circle, and I was like, oh, how about there's already some percussionists here. During the drum thing, I'm going to walk around with percussion and, kind of play a little bit and then hand it off to somebody.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And it turned out really cool, and it was fun, and it was weird. And then, but also as I'm, with every piece that I'm handing out, I'm like, I think I've had this for 25 years. Here you go, stranger, or like
right.
all these things I've kind of, not carefully, but all these things I've collected for years and years, and go, I really hope you bring this back.
Yeah.
And I don't have a good way to
keep track of it all.
Yeah. So I've thought about, of like, I can just buy a bunch of like toy percussion.
Yeah.
And, but also there have been times too, I'm playing a show, there's some joker with a tambourine.
God,
and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah. A tambourine in the wrong hands is like a weapon. It's like, this is gonna destroy everything.
I've done it at someone else's show. There was some joker with a tambourine. I like walked over and was like, I made up some lie. I was like, hey, the management told me to ask you to stop.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, I'm just doing. And I was like, yeah, it's annoying. No, I said the band.
No, you should.
I said the band. I said the band asked you to said I'm friends with them, and they said
they said
to stop.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they cared at all, but I did. It was fucking up my experience, and I'm cool with everybody doing everything that they want to do until it fucks up my experience or anyone else's, I guess.
No, I think that's completely fair. And I mean, a tambourine in the wrong hands, it's just a horrible thing. It's so like hard to ignore when it's bad.
Yeah. And yeah.
I'm scared about we talked about spectacle. I don't really love like clapping things with the audience things because
it can go wrong.
Oh yeah,
real fast.
And like everyone's sense of rhythm is different. Yeah. To be diplomatic.
I agree. There's some, especially from the drummer standpoint, there is when people start clapping along, I'm just like, well, you better keep up with me because I'm not following you.
No, absolutely not.
This is no longer democracy.
No.
But there is sometimes, I think there are parts I will encourage it sometimes to be like, well, let's let them sing, and give them a moment. But I'm like, we're out, they're on their own.
Yep.
And then when it's time for us to be back in, that like their part's over, kind of thing, like hopefully they're wise enough to hand it back to us as gingerly as we handed it off to them.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I understand what you mean. You do need to. You have to be careful because you're like, hey, I want you to be a part of this.
Yeah.
You don't have a speaking role.
Right.
You're just a background character.
No, exactly.
It's the Claire Morales show. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea of people being involved, but yeah, with the music itself, it can be like tricky. Yeah, it was funny at the release show when we did the like bread moment, fake communion moment. I wasn't sure what to say because it was like my friends that were in robes were like coming up, and we didn't know if we should call them like acolytes or cult members or what, but I settled on goddesses because I was like, that's great, they're the goddesses. And I just was like, goddesses, step forth. And like a bunch of women were just like, okay. And they just like all, just random women in the audience all just like, and I was like, yeah.
All of a sudden you have followers.
I didn't mean you, but thank you. Yeah. And it's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was, and just the confidence.
This girl's like, I'm a goddess.
Yeah, I just remember seeing this just kind of like, drunk girl that was just like, all right, yeah.
Yeah,
like I've been waiting, like, yeah. So it was great. I'm gonna probably say that some more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Followers. Yeah. Loyalists. That's
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
I love
It
it.
was fun.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to is there something coming up you want to promote or anything?
But yeah, there will be more shows and more things probably in the new year because I'm tired. But
Where do people go to find out everything they need to know about you?
I would say Instagram at Claire Morales Music or
Watch out for the funny videos,
yeah,
everybody.
there's
I love them. I'm a
some
fan.
weird stuff. And then yeah, the website too has everything. It's just ClaireMoralesMusic.com. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I had a great time.
Yeah, me too.
Cool.
There is a way back home through many valleys and falls. I sometimes can't recall just where I've been and why I go. Now I know how to return. Baby, I was wrong. It's lonesome out here on the range. Day and night, so long, caught in an hourglass, as it tips over now. Sand sounds like a song, and it whispers to me a sound most familiar
Thanks for watching this episode of Highland Soundtracks. If you believe in what we're doing, showcasing local and national artists, please subscribe to our channel and help keep the music alive.